Biscuits and gravy made me a man. Oh, biscuits and gravy made me all that I am. Ain't no ham and egg, something you've always been.
Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Biscuits and Gravy podcast. I'm your host, Beatbox Jake. We're going to be waking up together this morning with some odd news stories and some sponsors that we got going on in here. Cody, who is usually the co-host of this cast, he is out because of equipment issues. I believe he had a cable that just completely shit out on him. And he lives in an area where it's difficult to find a new one. So yeah, everybody wish him luck on that adventure. In his place today, though, I have somebody who's very important to not just me, but also the Shattered Dreams crew. Mr. Cadoo's Customs himself. How you doing?
Oh, doing all right. Just trying to get myself in gear this morning.
Yeah. It's kind of rough, isn't it? Especially for like because you're our merch guy, although not for the bio killers yet. That might be a thing, right?
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have some stuff in the works. I don't know if I'll be doing their actual merch, but I'm gonna be getting a lot of Shattered Dream stuff to them.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. It's always good to have you around. I know that you had, what was it you texted me about earlier? Because it was kind of a crazy story.
Okay, so yesterday, I guess it would have been the day before yesterday, I was just sitting around, and all of a sudden I get this notification on my phone from Smart News, which usually the stories are just completely off the wall and irrelevant to me. But I seen this, and I knew it had to make either the Friday podcast or the morning show. The CIA has just invested in technology to bring two different types of mammoth back from extinction.
My God.
There are literally 6 movies on why we should not do this, and our government is still wanting to do it.
Yeah, that was my first thought before I got to that second line where you said there were 6 movies. I know they're fictional movies, but at the time it was also a fictional situation. You need to take this shit into account. Like, if you've seen the movie Alien, you're not going to try and create a xenomorph.
Exactly.
You're not going to do that. You know? Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be a giant mess if it does succeed. I doubt they'll be able to contain it like they think they're going to, and it'll end up being literally just like the movies. Somebody will try and take it and use it for money, and yeah, it's just going to be a giant mess.
Yeah. As far as the actual mammoths themselves go, I think if they get out of control, it's going to be it's going to be very, very doable for us to get them under control. But that technology existing is bad. Like, it could be bad. That falls into the wrong hands, or somebody does some shitty. If people start trying to experimenting with that, which they will, most likely, that could really open a fat can of fucking worms. We're not sponsored by Mountain Dew, by the way. I just really like Voltage.
Fair enough, dude. I finally got to try Voltage the other day. I finally found one in a 0. Fucking diabetes.
They have 0 for Voltage?
I found it in one place. I think it was Walmart had it, and they've got 3 or 4 other ones in the Mountain Dew 0 now. I know they did the Major Melon, the Spark, and now they've got the Voodoo as well.
What's the Spark?
It's supposed to be a pink lemonade, but it tastes like straight ass. I hated it.
Okay. I'll have to try it then. I mean, if you've ever had just regular lemonade and then throw some like 7-Up into it, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a good concept. I think they left too much of the original Mountain Dew flavor with it, and
Oh,
it throws it off.
yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, it was like that with it might have been Major Melon that was the one I didn't like. Maybe I just need to try it again. I don't know. You know what?
There's so many of them anymore. You can't keep track of them all.
Yeah, and dude, I thought they discontinued Code Red. It's still around.
Oh yeah, you got to find it, but you get lucky in places. I know, like our local grocery store usually keeps it in stock,
Yeah,
and our local gas stations. But other than that, it's usually Walmart or chain stores.
yeah. Um, there's Code Red because before I started noticing it at stores again, there's like this pretzel spot at 12 Oaks Mall. Um, they have Code Red on tap.
Oh,
Yeah, that
I
was
would be
good.
excited for that.
Yeah,
Fountain pop is always better than bottle pop, anyway.
I agree. Like it tastes, I don't know, more fresh. That's a weird thing to use,
Definitely.
term to use for soda. Oh,
Yeah,
other than that,
I'd say the same thing. So I don't find it weird.
I mean, if the CIA wants
Maybe
to
it's a
resurrect
Michigan
that
thing,
soda flavors, that'd be great.
right?
Yeah, that'd be
I
great.
would love to go for some old school A&W, like straight from the fucking restaurant, dude.
Yeah,
That was amazing.
man, there was oh god, what was that? I tried a uh-oh, killed my news source. Hang on.
And now he killed everything.
I clicked the wrong button. I killed myself. I can't get out of the stream. That was great. Oh, what was that root beer I tried? Here. I don't know, man. There was a root beer from some, I think it's owned by Coca-Cola, but it was the best root
So
beer
it'd be
I've ever had. There's like
black.
they have it at a place called White Lake Inn, which is over by Holly.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'd have to find it, but I've been meaning to find it and buy it in cans.
I was gonna say the only other two major root beer companies or brands I know would be Brax and Mug.
Yeah,
Are
they're
the other
not
two
is
pretty
this
big
is
ones?
it's not a well-known brand. Root beer, angry, I don't know, angry soda company. That's not it. But fuck. It was so good, dude. It was like there was some vanilla involved and some other flavors. Just amazing.
Huh. The A&W, I know on their bottles these days, they actually have them in barrel aged vanilla,
Oh, really?
uh, like a natural thing in the bottle, even the bottled A&W these days.
I
At
think
least on the diets, anyway. I haven't bought a regular soda since I was 10. So,
see, I remember looking up the brand and finding out it was owned by Coca-Cola, which that would be Barks, or maybe it was owned by Pepsi.
Pepsi would be Mug, and then Barks is Coke.
Yeah, I'm not finding it.
That's
Whatever.
one thing. For managing the gas stations, I got a pretty good idea of that kind of stuff. It's like because we had to do the orders weekly and had to know what came from where and what went back to where and stuff like that. You get
Yeah.
into the lesser known stuff, and then it's all over the place.
You know, I wonder what time does White Lake Inn open? They're not open this early, I guarantee it. But yeah, they don't open until noon. Fuck, I want to call them and ask. What's your favorite root beer?
Oh man, I would honestly have to go A&W just because I can remember it from when I was a kid. It's what I grew up on, even in the bottles.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I've drank another brand of root beer besides like Fago since
Okay.
I've been diabetic.
Now, see, I don't know a whole lot about diabetes. Do you actually need to kind of drink soda to keep sugar in your system?
No, they actually recommend diabetics don't drink very much soda, but I have never listened to that. I just drink diet instead of regular because I don't like taking a shot every time I get something to drink throughout the day. I mean, that would be, for me, a ridiculous amount of shots.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be ridiculous. That's not something that you want.
No, I
But
mean, I'm already on 5 a day minimum. You know, I figure if I was starting having to take them every time I got something to drink, I'd be up to like 12, 15 shots a day.
shots? You mean like,
Yeah, insulin shots.
oh my God. That's rough. I need to get my shit together. I don't want that. Well, yeah, it's just because I'm definitely at risk because there's diabetes on both sides of my families. I haven't weighed myself in a long time, but last time I weighed myself, I was like a couple pounds over 300 and I'm 5'7". So that's not good.
Yeah, but I mean, when it comes to diabetes, there's so many other risk factors and things involved that usually, because you're what? You're probably a year or two older than I am. I'm going on 29 this year.
I'm younger than you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting too old. Damn it, Cody.
I'm definitely the youngest person in Shattered Dreams.
That's fair.
For sure. Should I say my age on there? I'm 26.
Yeah, that ain't too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's all right. Could be worse.
Hey, just after that turn where now you have to start being careful, you can't afford to get hurt or sick or anything else. Your body decides to shut down completely for a week.
Oh man, did you see the new Patton Oswalt special?
I have not been paying attention to my stand up lately.
He comes right out the gate talking about how he's in his 50s now and how he used to be able to walk into a wind turbine and just like, bandage up, you're fine. And now a pine cone lands near his foot and his spine will implode.
Yeah, that's about right. Like everybody keeps telling me, oh, it just gets worse as you get older. As I'm sitting here with doctors telling me they have 99-year-old patients healthier than I am.
Yeah, that's not good. That's
Yeah, but it is what it is. It's tolerable now, and I'm sick of hearing we can't figure out what the hell's wrong with you. You'll have to go somewhere else. So I'm just dealing with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You have to deal with so much shit. I mean, we don't have to get into it, but I remember when you were telling me all the shit that you were dealing with. I think it was the night that I picked up that first batch of shirts from you. It was like,
Yeah, it would have been when we met up in Saline there.
yeah, I was definitely quite grateful for my life driving home.
Yeah, I mean, I've got. We could make a fucking 3 week special just about my health issues, probably.
Yeah. Well, there's this other thing that we like to do here on the Biscuits and Gravy cast where we'll kind of talk about strange news stories. Have you seen the Biscuits and Gravy cast?
I have. I do watch it. Yes.
Okay. How do I put this lightly? Odd news stories, fucking weird shit. That's my favorite way.
That'd be. I would have to go with the Josh Wolf description and say we just love weird shit.
Yeah, that's. I feel like that's Josh Wolf in a nutshell. Just the way you said it, it was so in his tone. I don't know,
That's straight from his mouth, man. Haven't you seen his favorite practical joke?
Yeah.
Skit? Right before that, he says, "I just love weird shit."
Was that where he was talking about the dog treat cookie?
That was the second favorite one, the blueberry muffin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the second one. The first one was the bachelor party in Vegas. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I remember him talking about pranking his brother with the muffin. And then he was talking about his kids saw, like, they were at the pet store and they had those cookie shaped dog treats. And the kids just thought it was a cookie. So, like, can we have one of those? And he was just like, okay.
Yeah.
You have to eat in the car, though.
But this first one, he was, his best friend asked him to be the best man in his wedding, and they went out to Vegas for a bachelor party.
Mm-hmm.
And he was going through the yellow pages, and he just found this ad that said, "Woman, 6'2", 350 pounds, will throw you around the room for fun. Call for details."
Oh,
so he actually ordered this chick for his friend, talking about how she shows up with like KFC and Subway and asks for a room to get ready, and then just comes out and completely demolishes this guy. Gets told he can't be in the wedding, and his friend doesn't talk to him for like 6 months.
I've definitely heard this story before. I didn't know it was Josh Wolf, though.
I'll definitely find it. I have it saved somewhere. I'll send it to you.
Okay, yeah. But I feel like that's a pretty good segue into odd news. So Elon Musk admits he wants to travel to Mars because nobody hates him there yet. That's
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to go to Mars just for that reason, although I'm not really worried about anybody hating me.
Yeah, I gave up on that a long time ago.
Yeah. Let's see. Roommate leaving punk house ceremoniously passes down key for stealing toilet paper from Wendy's. That sounds about right. I mean, when you're living the punk lifestyle, it's cheap living for sure.
Oh yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, like you're gonna get real acquainted with top ramen noodles.
And you have to pass down the secrets of the trade. So why not have a ceremony for something like that?
Absolutely.
Those keys are hard to come by. Trust me. We break one when we were working at the store. It'd take us 2 or 3 weeks to get another key for that damn thing.
Mm-hmm. So let's see here. Local Roomba is the only one in a house full of punk rockers that has a job.
Well,
I know, it's like, what do you even say to that?
That's like the first story. They're probably not wrong.
Yeah,
but
But
They're living their best life without jobs, how they want to live. So you can't blame them.
exactly. I mean, especially being musicians, we all know the struggle there of having to live cheaply because your obsession is super expensive.
Yep. I actually sat down and did my paperwork for my business today. I wanted to kick myself in the face.
Let's see here. Two men mashed up a Tool song and a Muse song and became the smartest people in the universe. How about that? I
That
don't
would
know.
be one for me to have to hear to read on that situation.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what it says. I didn't click on it. These are just like the headlines for the news. At times, the burden of all-encompassing intellect can be especially difficult to shoulder. The impossibility of stimulating all possible thought processes at once means even the brightest among us are still inevitably dimmed to a substantial degree. Or so we thought. It all started when we decided on listening to music during our daily colloquy? Colloquy? What the
Colloquy.
fuck is no there COLLOQUY. Let's see here. Oh, I'm doing a Google search for this. Oh, it's just a conversation. That's a you can
Fucking
just say
fancy
conversation. Why would you say colloquy?
See, that's why you're a beatboxer and not a lyricist most of the time.
Exactly. Like most people can't pronounce, you know.
Exactly. It makes it that much easier. And you don't
Yeah.
have to write it down like Korn did and Freak on a Leash.
Yeah. And even what I did there was in kind of a weird accent, but you know. Yeah. Let's see here. It dawned on us. Oh, through the power of technological wonder, we could fuse the mathematical ingenuity of Tool's Lateralis with the searing political commentary of Take a Bow. Or Take a Bow. My bad. That's why it's another reason why I'm not.
That's why English sucks.
Yeah, basically. I'm moving on from that one because apparently I can't read for shit. I don't have a whole lot of like oddball news stories. Let's see. Is she a horse girl or does she just do ketamine at festivals? What? So you love horses? Well, I get it. Unfortunately, people who don't love horses do not get it. I'm not even going to
I was
read
going
it.
to say the reference there is they use ketamine to treat pain in large animals like horses and cows and stuff. But
Oh. I didn't know that.
they actually do humans too in the hospitals. That's how it became known to use it recreationally.
Let's see here. Oh, ketamine is just like a blanket term. Dissociative anesthetic used medically for induction and maintenance of anesthesia. It is also used as a recreational drug. It is one of the safest anesthetics, as in contrast with opiates, ether, and propofol. It suppresses neither respiration nor heart rate. Well, why would you do that? I mean, it says right there why you would do it, but
I was going to say, I'm going to leave that one alone because the Cody Live Network does not condone dangerous drugs.
oh, we're about to. So
Go for it.
That's not.
God,
That's
go
not.
for it.
Kids, stay out of school. Stay on the drugs. Pick up your guitar and go at it. Don't do anything that I just said there. It is referred to as dissociative anesthetic because it makes patients feel detached from their pain and environment. Ketamine can induce a state of sedation, feeling calm and relaxed, immobility, and amnesia.
It's basically prescription acid, bro. If you want long story short.
Why would you do that to yourself? I think we
The
all
same
know why.
reason they use non-prescription acid.
No,
Paper?
it's like, I mean, I don't see. I'm not the right person to be talking because I don't do any drugs, and I've never done any drugs, so I have no frame of reference for why somebody would do this, other than just being wildly depressed.
Yeah, when it comes to psychedelics, I can't help you there. I've only had my marijuana thing, and that's more of a medical thing than a party thing. And I had one bad run during high school with pills, but I've never been into any like hard drugs or psychedelics or anything like that. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm into the hard shit. Not really. This is Mountain Dew is my hard shit. Like, because I don't
Mountain
drink.
Dew is one of the most fucking addicting things there is, man. I don't care what anybody says.
Mhm. Yeah, like I don't even. I don't drink when I go out. So when I'm playing shows or open mics and I'm at all these bars, I'm always drinking like Coke or Pepsi, unless they have Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow, and then that's what I call my hard shit.
Right?
Yeah,
It's like, I need it.
yeah, that's where I take one sip, and I'll like sit next to my friend. Start freaking out like Roger Rabbit on whiskey, that type of thing. Please tell me you've seen Roger Rabbit.
Yes, I've seen Roger Rabbit, Jake. I'm not culturally inept
Oh,
anymore.
there's so many people who haven't seen that fucking movie, and it bothers me. You know what a girl said to me the other
Bro,
day? I was like, "Do you watch Courage the Cowardly Dog?" And she's like, "No, that's before my time. I grew up in the SpongeBob era." Bitch, I did too. What the fuck?
everybody grew up on Nickelodeon and fucking Disney, man. Nobody appreciates the genius Cartoon Network and Boomerang gave us.
Yeah. And Toonami. Boomerang, though, was the shit. Remember Adam Ant?
Yes, sir.
Adam Ant, Grape Ape, Wacky Races, Dizzerland.
Wacky Races is exactly what I was going to say, man. I love that show.
Yeah. Here comes Speed Racer. That's some good shit right there. Yeah. Do you have any Cartoon Network favorites?
I would have to honestly say Dexter's Lab was a big one for me.
Oh, yeah.
And what was Hong Kong Phooey used to get me, dude. That was a funny, just goofy cartoon I used to watch.
Hong Kong Phooey. I don't know that one.
It would have been when I was only 5 or 6. It was like a. Was it Hong Kong? I'm pretty sure it was Hong Kong Phooey.
Oh, the dog?
Yes, it was like a detective dog that had superpower or could do taekwondo or some shit. I don't remember. I was young as fuck.
Oh,
But it was great.
This is some Boomerang shit.
Yeah.
I can tell by the art style. Dude, was there a movie? Was there a Hong Kong Phooey movie?
There might have been.
Like
I
live
don't
action?
remember.
Holy shit. I need to look this up. Hong Kong Phooey movie. It's 2022. I just want to reiterate that. The thing that pops up on Google when I search Hong Kong Phooey movie is Hong Kong Phooey the movie is an upcoming 2019 live action animated comedy film based on the 1974 animated series. It's going to be coming out, but 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's funny. Holy shit. Like, did you, other than Boomerang, did you have, I mean, yeah, Dexter's Lab, and you said Hong Kong Phooey. Oh, fuck, bud. Did you ever watch I think it was Cartoon Network. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
I remember it. It is not one I watched regularly that I remember,
That
but
was
I
a
do
sleep,
remember watching it here or there.
that was a sleeper show. I used to like watching that. The voice actor who played Beast Boy in Teen Titans, which the original Teen
Okay.
Titans was a phenomenal show. But he plays the main character in Super Robot Monkey Team, named Chiro, and he's the leader of these robot monkeys, and they have to fight the evils of the Skeleton King. It's very traditional Cartoon Network, but it's awesome. I need to make sure that that was on Cartoon Network though, because I don't want to fuck that up. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. Let's see here. Yeah, Cartoon Network. Yep. No, wait a minute. Sorry, I'm reading about this. For anybody at home, yeah, I can't. It doesn't say anywhere. People at home, if you're watching this, comment down below on the video. Let me know what network that show ran on, if any of you watched it. Because holy shit, there was some weird terminology in it though. Like the city that they were in was called Sugazoom, which is, I don't know where you get that name from.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no, I'd have no idea.
Oh wow. You remember Ben 10?
Yes.
I love that show.
What was it? The Kids Next Door? Was that the name of it?
Codename Kids Next Door.
Yes.
That shit was bomb.
Yes.
God,
That was
sweet.
another one of my favorites.
Dude, we were so lucky to grow up with these shows. They were so good. Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Yes.
Fucking Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I always wanted like a crossover Ed, Ed, and Eddie and Kids Next Door and a bunch of other ones.
That would have been awesome. Like how fucking Disney did the Sweet Life of Hannah Montana and one other one. I don't remember what the fuck they called it, but
Yeah.
it was like the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, Hannah Montana, and That's So Raven, I think it was.
Oh, they did 3.
Yeah, there was a mix of 3
That's cool.
in like one episode, but I can't remember what the third one was for sure.
Sweet Life of That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana.
I was right. Sweet.
So That's So Raven, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and Hannah Montana. God, they're just kids. They
Yeah.
were just kids. That's cool though. Yeah, they did another one where it was iCarly and Victorious, which I remember I watched that and I liked it. And
Yep,
then
I do remember that.
there was also do you remember when the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour came out with Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd?
Yes.
That was some shit.
Yes. Those were both. Those and Chalk Zone were my Nickelodeon shows growing up, dude.
I only heard about Chalk Zone within the last 2 years, probably.
Oh my God. It was so amazing. You have to go back and watch it if you can find it.
I think there might be episodes on YouTube. I'm all stoked now. Let's see. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I'm all I'm all excited now. I want to watch some cartoons. Like really good cartoons. I've been wanting to. There was this other show that came out. Man of Action is who created Ben 10, and then a bunch of other great Ben 10 shows after that one. But they also made a show called Generator Rex. which
That
one of
sounds really familiar.
it's based around nanites or nanotechnology type stuff.
Right.
And Rex is this kid who can manipulate the nanites in his body to morph his body and arms and legs into mechanical weapons and tools and stuff. It's pretty wild. And it's darker.
I would have to check that one out.
It's cool, man. It's darker in tone than Ben 10 was, even though Ben 10 was darker in tone than a lot of Cartoon Network stuff. But it was there was an episode in like the third season where Ben 10 came into that universe and helped out. So that was cool.
Okay.
Yeah. But enough cartoon talk. Let's hear a word from our sponsors.
I'll take my talents to South Beach.
It's so Miami.
Raise Energy, send me a shipment of your flavors. I want to fucking try it. I know that Walmart supposedly carries your shit, but it's not there. At least not at the one in Howell. And the next fucking Walmart is really far away. Same with Swift Lifestyles. You guys. Fucking send me your shit, guys. Swift Lifestyles and Raise Energy. Thank you very much for sponsoring the cast. Fuck. What was the other one? Was it Reaper? I think it was Reaper Apparel. I don't have like a note about this, but the Reaper Apparel. Yeah, Reaper Apparel is also sponsoring us. They've got some cool clothing. We don't have a commercial for them yet. Apparently that's coming soon. What's up?
Backwoods Studios too now, right?
Backwoods Studios is the other one. They're also sponsoring us. Thank you so much, Frankie. Frankie Corleone was on the show. He's been on the show or on the Cody Live podcast a few times, not this one. But yeah, his Backwoods Studios is sponsoring us as well. I'd like to get a commercial for both of them. Well, we don't have one yet. So that'll probably come down the line as well. I need to talk to Cody about that. Oh, I'm so happy to begin. I'm all woke up now. I'm ready to go for the morning.
Oh, yeah. I'll be ready for my 11 o'clock nap by the end of everything.
Jesus Christ, Lucas. What the fuck? You know what?
You gotta remember, I only sleep in like 2-hour blocks.
Really?
Yeah. Like I'll go to bed. Some nights I'll start getting ready for bed at like 10:30. I won't be laying down till 11:30, 12 o'clock. And I'll be up by 2:30. Get up, move around for a half hour, 45 minutes, fall back asleep. Then I'll be back up by 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Is it just hard for you to get
Stay
comfortable?
up until like 11. No, it's just something I've always done since I was a kid. My mom used to work third shift. And when I was 12, I had to move in with my grandparents because my grandpa had a double bypass surgery and needed help around the house and stuff. So between chores and school and sports, and at the time I was writing and trying to get serious about music and some other different personal things I would do, I would finally get to bed at like midnight, 1 o'clock. And my diabetes at the time, they were having me wake up at least twice in the middle of the night to test.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would wake up in the mornings to see my mom when she got home from work before I went to school.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming my body just got so used to waking up for testing and all that kind of stuff for so long that now I just can't break the habit.
Huh. Well, you're stuck with it now. I'm like looking at
Yep.
different ways to get raised energy at the moment. Have you ever had
I was
it?
going to say, I was getting ready to buy some. The job I had to walk out of about a month ago had a couple different flavors and the no sugar, which is good for me. And yeah, I was going to buy some, and then I ended up having to walk out. And by the time I went back into the store, they didn't have any left.
Huh.
They had them on sale for like, I think it was $1.50 a piece, and there was 2 or 3 different flavors.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm looking at on Amazon, looking for just like a pack of 12. God, this is expensive, at least on Amazon. So, do I have a calculator? Well, yeah, any computer better have a calculator app. So, do just say 40 out of 12. $3.33 a can. Yeah, actually, I guess I can see that.
I was going to say, that's about right for energy drinks right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one that apparently tastes like Baja Blast. I'm sorry. I'm so wrapped up in this right now. Grape bubble gum? Fuck you. I want that in my mouth. Wow. I definitely gotta try this shit. What you got
Jake's
planned
going
for
to
the
go
morning?
broke now.
Huh?
Oh, I said, you're going to go broke now.
Oh, dude. I mean, I want to show love for the sponsors. What about Swift Lifestyles? Do they have anything?
I have had a horrible time trying to find their stuff. I'm not going to lie. Because like I was
Oh,
trying to find logos and stuff to do for merch, and I was having a hard time finding anything.
yeah. Best gaming. Oh, you got to go to their website. So it's gaming energy drinks. I've looked into Swift Lifestyles before, but I haven't like really committed the information to my mind. So react, focus, energize. Interesting. Blue sour strip, sour green apple, bubblegum, and cherry burst. I don't know. I gotta try this stuff. Ray's seems like the easiest one to get though, so probably go for that first. Sorry, what were you saying you had going on this morning?
Oh, this morning I'm just trying to get these damn license plates figured out.
Are you gonna print them?
Well, I've been working on it. I may or may not have lost a fingerprint yesterday, but I will be okay, and I will get it figured out. I've just learned not to follow instructions all the time.
Oh yeah, I saw your text about that.
Yeah, they told me to use a temperature of 365 for 3 minutes, and it literally melted the polymer coating on the license plate. The colors transferred really nice, but I could not get the papers off of it, or my finger for that matter.
Oh. So did you skin your finger?
I took a good couple layers off of it. It's nice and smooth, and
That's rough, dude. Fuck.
yeah,
That reminds me.
my fingertips were so
Protector.
dead from poking to test my sugar anyway. I barely felt it until like 3 seconds later.
Man, fuck. Just keep reminding me that I gotta get my diet together.
Fair enough, man. I would never want to see anybody have to go through all the bullshit I have with my health.
Yeah, I bet. Fuck. So, like, what all are you? I guess actually, let's use this to kind of advertise what you do to anybody listening at home, because you're capable of doing a lot of stuff now. For anybody who doesn't know, Lucas runs his company is called Cadoo's Customs, and they do like custom merch and shirts and shit. My Beatbox Jake merch is all through him. And will continue to be all through him for the foreseeable future. So, what all are you capable of doing now? Because I know you got some new shit.
Right now, as far as where I'm standing, I'm not 100% sure on everything I can do. That's just how much stuff I can do. It is impossible to get like a complete list together.
Mhm.
Basically, what I tell everybody is if you go on Amazon and search sublimation blanks, I can
Mhm.
do anything on those with my new sublimation printer. Basically, any white polyester shirts I can do with my sublimation printer. Any other kind of shirts right now, I'm using heat transfer vinyl. But hopefully before the year's up, thanks to the guys at BioKillers, owners of Shattered Dreams, Clappin' Saint, I just received a direct-to-garment printer, which I need a part. It's $150, and then probably a good 3 weeks to a month for testing and figuring out the new software and everything. And then, I mean, I'll be able to just print directly onto anything, so there won't be color limitations or design limitations like there is with the vinyl right now. I'll basically be able to do anything I would be able to do off of a regular printer right onto the shirt. And that will open up the possibilities. Once I get that going, the possibilities are pretty much endless. I mean, we'll be doing flags, shirts, hats. At that point, I can even do shoes. I can do shoes with the sublimation printer, even socks, makeup bags, the drawstring knapsacks. I mean, I can literally pretty much, if you can dream of it being customized at this point, I can do it. And then eventually I want to add in like 3D printing and epoxy resin, and I want to have like an at-home forge and woodworking. Like I want to be a complete custom shop by the end of it.
God, that's so ambitious, dude. There's this place in Ypsilanti. It's another. Oh, I don't know what he's classified as, so I'm not going to bring him up because I don't know if that's relevant or not. But he's cool too. Do you think? Would you be able to entirely change the color of like a flannel?
At this point, I would say no, just because I would have to see the flannel and like know the material makeup and that kind of stuff to give you a definite answer.
Uh-huh.
And as far as doing it like the full shirt, the whole pattern, that would be extremely expensive. No matter what process I use to do that, it would be so much ink and time and labor making sure everything lined up and was perfectly aligned and everything else, so your colors aren't thrown off and mixed and matched. And that's one of the biggest problems I ran into with sublimation. I didn't familiarize myself enough with the process. Like if I were to take, say, rainbow colored design with a black outline and try and print that on a darker shirt, those colors actually, from going from the paper to the shirt, they turn into a gas and actually dye the material.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're already going onto like colors, different colors already, you have to account for the colors blending together and things like that to get the proper colors to turn out and stuff like that.
Right.
Now, once we got into the DTG printer, that would be slightly easier. But again, I'm not familiar with that software or anything yet, so I wouldn't guarantee anything at this point.
Well, what I've seen is like those space hoodies that you see around like advertised, where it's like a hoodie and it's space themed, like galaxies.
Okay.
I often see those referred to as screen printed. Is that, do you think that could be done on a flannel?
To a point, yes. Screen printing isn't really a process I'm familiar with yet. It has been something I've looked into.
Uh-huh.
But the setup and the cost for that is more of an industrial level industry. And I'm more still I still consider myself a personalized local shop at this point. Screen printing is more for where you're doing shirts, like 50 to 100 shirts every order. Because you can basically just take buckets of ink and a squeegee in your outline and then just wipe it onto the shirt and let the ink dry and it's done. But to do it for only 1 or 2 shirts here and there, the setup costs get so expensive that it's not feasible for somebody of my size of a business.
Yeah. See, I just have all these like new ideas for what I could have you make. Like I'm thinking of doing, well, I'll talk to you about that later. more beatbox Jake merch type shit. Also, I'm glad that you're finally working on a Cadoo's Customs logo because I want a Cadoo's Custom shirt.
Yes, I do like what I have going, but I've had a few people now tell me that my logo and business card should be a little more simple than the design I sent you the other day, but I am thinking of throwing that Cadoo's Customs I sent you onto a shirt. I do think that would be a sick shirt once I close that gap in between the spacing.
Yeah. Let me see here. Where did I see the font? I kept picturing your logo being very like not old timey, but like 1970s font. I don't know why.
I was honestly thinking about going with like the Coca-Cola logo style.
Oh, that might be
and
it.
then like almost connecting the words with it, like where the C's come down and have that little loop on the bottom, make them connect with that.
Oh, that'd be great.
And then have the cases.
That would be so good. I don't know. I keep picturing it with like fancy writing, like calligraphy.
Yeah, the other one I thought about is it's a weird one because usually I'm not into like super well-known brands and stuff. But like the Chanel logo, how it's this 2 C's backwards. I thought about doing that with Cadoo's off one side and Customs off the other.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Just something like that eye-catching and different a little bit, but I figured that'd be too close to copying. That might be an issue, so I scratched that one.
Well, I don't know. I'm excited to see what you do next. What else do we got? I don't have anything else lined up for the podcast. It's like once I get through my odd news stories, it's kind of like fucking downhill from there.
Yeah, and I'm not a sports guy myself anymore either, so I can't even come in with the odd sports news or anything like that.
We might not be doing sports anymore.
No,
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I know Cody likes sports, but he mentioned maybe the idea of not doing that anymore and just kind of focusing the changing the focus of the podcast a little bit. Like we want to start everybody off with a good morning, not necessarily your traditional morning, but something that'll make going into work feel a lot better.
I tell you, the one thing I always try to mention when I share the Biscuits and Gravy show in the mornings is that if you're a third shifter, it's a great way to end your day with a laugh if you've had a stressful day. And if you're a first shifter or a wake and baker, it's a great way to start your day off in a great mood.
Yeah, I think so. I fell asleep I was just listening to it back, seeing what might be able to do better. I was listening back to the podcast and fell asleep to it, which was cool. So if you want to save it and just listen to people talk to help you fall asleep, go nuts. We're here for you.
I was going to say, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be on Spotify and stuff too, aren't we soon? From what I heard.
Yep. Cody's been working for a long time to try and get the Cody Live podcast and this onto Spotify and probably some other platforms, but Cody does a lot of fucking work behind the scenes, let me tell you. I've been trying to tell him, like, show me how you do some of the processes. Like if he could show me how to go through his whole process for recording and uploading whatever to a podcast, or like if we do need to pre-record something, showing me how to do that for whatever, just so I can take the load off of him, like I'm doing stuff too. So yeah, hopefully it comes right.
Yeah, he's got his hands in so many different fires all the time.
Yeah, it's great. Cody, you're probably going to watch this later. We're going to gush about you.
Like, I love it, but I hate it for him because I know how stressful that can be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just from running my own business, taking care of my life and taking care of my grandma, I'm half dead all the time. And then he's got the music, both podcasts, his son, his full-time job. I mean, I couldn't imagine, let alone doing all of his booking and everything else that he does. Like, that's insane. And I'm just glad almost everything he does is successful just from the effort he puts into it. He deserves it for real.
Yeah. There's always some kind of success attached to it, which is cool. I'm glad to be along for the ride too. Same with Clep and Saint. We've got, ever since they announced the whole Shattered Dreams thing and me and Cody came to be a part of it, it's been, and you basically, there's been a lot of we've moved forward quite a bit as far as trajectory is concerned.
I've always put it to the guys this way. I've never had a group of people that is so similar minded to me and as driven as I am to succeed. And as long as we surround ourselves with more people like that and can bounce ideas off of each other and everything like we do, everything we do will be a success one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because at some point, somebody is going to know better than we do about something and will give us a way to improve the idea that from what we were thinking, that might have been that detrimental hiccup somebody else might have already done and been like, hey, don't do it this way. Still run with your idea, but avoid this step. And, the things we can do as a group could be game changing for the future. in all of our different expertises.
Yeah, and I know that it wasn't, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be doing. I mean, it's not. We haven't announced it yet, so I'm not going to say what it is, but it is definitely going to be the biggest thing I've ever been a part of up until this point in my life. And if it wasn't for them and a bunch of other people, honestly, I wouldn't have come to this in my life. But for anybody at home, like, this is something to look for in your life. You need to find people that want you to succeed just as much as you want them to succeed. And you're all willing to push each other in that way. It's going to be different for everybody, of course, what that type of pushing is, what those type of people are, or if you even feel you need that. But I will say that it's a very wonderful and helpful thing to have.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can honestly say, just from my perspective, I was to the point where I was ready to set my business on the back burner for a little bit and go get a factory job and grind it out for a few months at a factory just to build up some capital. And then I did that one free shirt I did for Cody just as a friend doing a funny shirt. And I mean, he completely reinvigorated my drive, my creativity, my everything, just from showing a little bit of faith in me from that one shirt. It just completely rejuvenated my spirit of why I started the business. And everything since then, like, he might not have played a direct physical part in all of the different things I've done since then, but I can honestly say, if it wasn't for him showing that faith in me and my product, I honestly probably wouldn't have been around for everybody else to come to for merch at that point. So anytime I can hop in on something like this when he's having trouble, or anything I can do from any kind of perspective for any of you guys in the Shattered Dreams crew, I'm always down to help and always willing to do what I can from, like I said, my point of view. Everybody knows my personal situation's a little fucked right now, but we'll get that handled before too much longer.
Yeah, it'll be cool. I'm excited for that. Well, I want to thank everybody who's listening to this or watching. Thank you very much for tuning in. Lucas, I can't thank you enough for being on here tonight. Well, this morning. Depends on what your shift is at home.
Or if you're like me, you don't have a shift and you're just up literally all day, every day, randomly throughout the day, you're all right too.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Well, thank you all for listening. Hope your day goes well. Again, this is the Biscuits and Gravy morning show on the Cody Live Network. Sponsored by Raise Energy, Swift Lifestyles, Reaper Apparel, and Backwood Studios. Cheers, everybody.
You're now in tune with the Cody Live Podcast with co-hosts Beatbox.
That's the wrong one.
Never stop, never settle. I got Henny all in my cup. I'm on top, I'm on a level, yeah. I'm trying to get to the back. Got it on lock, got it on smash, yeah. She trying to holler